morning, students. I welcome all of you to our chemistry class. In the last classes, you studied the physical properties of metals and non-metals. I hope you understood that the physical properties are the properties of metals and non-metals that can be identified by their appearance. Today we are starting the next section, that is chemical properties of metals. You have already studied what are chemical properties. The properties of any substance that cannot be visible with our eyes are called chemical properties. So, the first chemical property we are going to study is what happens when a metal is burnt in air. The first chemical property we are going to discuss is what happens when metals are burnt in air. For this, we have to collect the samples of metals such as aluminium, copper, iron, lead, magnesium, zinc and sodium. Hold any of the sample taken above with a pair of tongs and try burning over a flame. Repeat with the other metal examples, and we want to collect the products formed. So first we can see what happens when copper is burnt in air. Most of the metals react with oxygen to give the corresponding oxide. For example, when copper is heated in air, it combines with oxygen to form copper 2 oxide, which is a black oxide. Similarly, when aluminium reacts with oxygen, we will give the corresponding oxide, that is aluminium oxide. The balanced equation is 4Al plus 3O2 gives 2Al2O3. When sodium reacts with oxygen at room temperature, it forms sodium oxide, that is 4Na plus O2 gives 2Na2O. Magnesium does not react with oxygen at room temperature. On heating in oxygen, magnesium burns with dazzling white light to give magnesium oxide. That is 2Mg plus O2 gives 2MgO. Some metal oxides are insoluble in water, but some metal oxides are soluble in water and they form alkali. You know what is an alkali? An alkali is defined as a base that is dissolved in water. Just observe some examples. Some metal oxides such as aluminium oxide, zinc oxide, etc. show both acidic as well as basic behavior. Such metal oxides react with both acids as well as bases to produce salt and water, and such oxides are called amphoteric oxides. We already studied that when aluminium metal burned with oxygen, the corresponding oxide, that is aluminium oxide, is formed. This aluminium oxide reacts with hydrochloric acid to give aluminium chloride, which is a salt. Aluminium oxide reacts with a base, sodium hydroxide, to give sodium aluminate plus water. Here, sodium aluminate is coming under the category of salt. From this, you understood that aluminium oxide has the property to react with acid and base to give corresponding salt and water. Some metal oxides are insoluble in water, but some metal oxides are soluble in water and they form alkali. You know what is an alkali? An alkali is defined as a base that is dissolved in water. Just observe some examples. Students, you already know the difference between a base and alkali. A base is any metal oxide or metal hydroxide having OH minus ion. An alkali is a base that is soluble in water. Alkalis produce hydroxide ions when dissolved in water. Most metal oxides are insoluble in water, but some of them dissolve in water to form alkalis. Sodium oxide and potassium oxide are examples. Sodium oxide and potassium oxide dissolve in water to produce alkalis as follows. Na2O plus H2O gives 2NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide is formed. Potassium oxide plus water gives 2KOH, that is potassium hydroxide. It is also coming under a base. Students, you already studied that metallic oxides are basic in nature. Consider the example of magnesium burning in air. You know that corresponding oxide, that is magnesium oxide, is formed. Magnesium oxide react with water to give magnesium hydroxide, which is a base. So you understood that when a metal is burned in air, the corresponding metal oxides are formed. But don't think that all metals react with oxygen at the same rate. Metals react with oxygen at different rates. We can discuss with the reactivity rate of metals can be studied with the help of reactivity series. The reactivity series is the order in which metals are listed according to their chemical reactivity. The most reactive metal is at the top and the least reactive metal will be at the bottom. So when you observe the figure, you can see that the most reactive metal is potassium and the least reactive metal is gold. Students, can you arrange the following metals, that is aluminium, copper, iron, lead, magnesium, zinc and sodium, in their decreasing order of reactivity using this reactivity series? You can arrange as sodium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron and copper. In this, sodium is more reactive and copper is less reactive. So if you study the reactivity series, it is easy for you to identify the reactivity rate of different metals. So students, from various examples, you understood that the reactivity rate of metals with oxygen are different. Next, we are studying a new term, that is, what do you mean by anodizing? Anodizing is a process of forming a thick oxide layer of aluminium. Aluminium develops a thin oxide layer when exposed to air. The aluminium oxide coat makes it resistant to further corrosion. The resistance can be improved further by making the oxide layer thicker. Observe the diagram of anodizing. During anodizing, a clean aluminium article is made the anode and is electrolyzed with dilute sulfuric acid. The oxygen gas evolved at the anode reacts with aluminium to make a thicker protective oxide layer. This oxide layer can be dyed easily to give aluminium articles an attractive finish.